paid for by the New World Order.
Oh, you didn't know?
You ready? Let's go!
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Feed me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Big Daddy Cool Vinny Apicella, and we are here with you live on the Sportswire. Yes, it's been about a week and a half, actually probably 2 weeks since we last aired a Sportswire. Went through a lot, actually, over the past couple of weeks, and a couple of false starts not this past Thursday, but the Thursday prior. And had to do a lot of reevaluating things because you know what, it just so happened that a lot has gone on. So, folks, I'm back on a little bit of a different format today, a little bit of different style of things right now. Because one thing I realized, and you know what, first of all, I'm going to say it right now, right here, right now. I don't care what people think. I will not be politically correct on this show. Okay? It's my show, and I choose not to be politically correct. What do I mean by that? First thing I want to do is give thanks to God. That's right. I am a Christian. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not going to shy away from it. So the first thing I want to do is give thanks to God right here on the Sportswire, and just say that God has pulled me through a lot over the past 2 weeks, and I'll get into that a little more, but from now on I will let you guys know that we are going to be beginning and ending the show with a prayer to God, to give thanks to God, because quite honestly, without God nothing is possible. Okay, so the first thing you got to do is say, Lord, thank you for another day. Thank you for allowing me to wake up. Thank you for the show. Thank you for the listeners. Thank you for the avenue to spread not your word, Lord, but to have you work through me, so that people that are listening out there right now could actually follow in my footsteps and come to you, Father, and realize that, Lord, you are the one that keeps us alive, and you're the one that promises to make us succeed. Jeremiah 29:11 says that you want us to prosper and not to harm us, Lord. So I definitely want to pray that anybody out there, anybody who's listening, gets their opportunity to succeed, Lord, and gets their opportunity to love you and to turn their life over to you, Father. And I thank you, and I ask this through your Son, Jesus Christ. And another thing we're going to do now, Lord, another thing we're going to do now, guys, is I'm going to play a song. It's I'm sure that you've heard the song "Awesome God" if you've been to church before, but you know what? This is a different take on it. It is a techno remix, so it's a little more upbeat. So I'm going to play it for you right now here on the Sportswire.
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from
All right, folks, that was Nitro Praise featuring Pat Boone with Awesome God. I was led to believe it was the Newsboys, but obviously it was not. So that was the song that was just played. It's called Nitro Praise featuring Pat Boone, called Awesome God in the techno remix. So, folks, as you could probably tell right now, that there's a little bit of a different format here on the Sportswire, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, I tried to do things that were too much in terms of associating myself too much with the media. Too much of sex sells, too much of this, too much of that. Now, don't get me wrong. I want listeners, I want an audience, but you know what? I'm going to start doing it a little differently. The fact is, I don't care, and not that I don't care, but here's the deal, okay? Before we get into anything else, okay, let me give a shout out to our awesome sponsors, okay? We've got Wayne Jones from Blackline Entertainment Music Group. We've got Jerry Wilson from It's So Real Productions. We've got Stay Blessed Productions. We've got M&J Video Games and Collectibles in Southington, and First Base Sports Cards in Southington and Wallingford, respectively, of Connecticut. And also Sister Sue's Homemade Jams and Jellies. Definitely, they're in West Virginia. Look them all up on Facebook. You can visit our Facebook page, www.sportswire.com. Facebook.com/SportswireCT. Okay, you could check out Facebook.com/FatCatRadio Enterprise, www.swe-ct.com, and www.myfatcatradio.com. You can also check us out on Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, Foursquare, Tumblr, Tout, Periscope, anything else out there is SWE Connecticut. And then check us out on YouTube, Skype, and Google Plus, Sportswire SWE. And then if you want to download and subscribe to us on iTunes, you're going to go over to iTunes, go over to the podcast page on the iTunes store, search Sportswire, look for our flame logo, and all you got to do is hit that little button that says subscribe, and then every new Sportswire episode and every new Connecticut Panthers game will be delivered directly to your listening apparatus, be it an iPhone, an iPad, an iPod, or anything you have iTunes on. That's the easiest way to get the Sportswire delivered to you. We are live every Monday and Thursday morning on Spreaker, Spreaker.com/show/sports-wire. And we are live every Monday and Thursday morning, 10 a.m. sharp. There will be some special events coming up in the coming months. I will let you all know about that as they come closer. We'll be doing some kind of a food drive or toy drive or coat drive or a combination of the three. It's going to be at the Holiday Inn Express in Meriden, Connecticut. We're going to be partnering with the Connecticut Panthers and the Holiday Inn Express. I don't know exactly when yet, but I will keep you posted. There will also be a Facebook event created so that y'all could figure out if you want to come down and support us. We're going to be doing some charity concerts. One of the cool parts about working with indie bands, indie artists, is that they're always looking for a gig. They're always looking to give back because they remember where they came from. And we're going to be doing some charity concerts at the Holiday Inn Express in the near future. So I will keep you posted anytime that stuff happens. All right. So as I said, a lot of stuff has gone down. If you've seen my posts or Sportswire hosts posts over the past couple of weeks, my car broke down. It's close to a month ago now, and this past Thursday, after 3 weeks of trying to get it fixed, I just had to junk it. It was heartbreaking because I had to junk it. And you know, but you know what? I'm blessed to be living where I'm living. I always have a ride, or can borrow a car to get where I need to get to, and you know, it's one of those things where I am blessed to be living where I am. God has definitely blessed me. Let me tell you guys something. You know, there's a lot of public. I guess you could say political correctness, the fact that nobody wants to talk about Christianity. Everybody wants to talk about the negatives of Christianity. The fact that, Christians are against homosexuality. Christians are against abortion. Christians are against this. Christians are against that. Okay, first of all, the fact of the matter is this, okay? When you read the Bible, and I know that's the one book that nobody wants to actually pick up and read, okay? But when you read the Bible, it states in black and white, okay? Things that, we should be living by and things we should not be living by, okay? The divorce rate in the United States is roughly over 50% now because everybody gets into relationships, they have sex before relationships, have kids out of wedlock, and that's that. I'm not judging anybody because everybody can live their own life, but the fact of the matter is this: in the New Testament, Christ says that, that there's no divorce and the reason why Moses allowed you to get a divorce, write a certificate of divorce is because your hearts were hard. The fact of the matter is when Christ came, he said that there should be no divorce unless, adultery happens and you have a reason for a divorce. Which I'm sure there's a lot of adultery happening. I'm not saying that there's not. It says that homosexuality is a sin. Okay, now, that does not mean that Christians hate homosexuals. Okay? That has no bearing on it. That whole thing that happened in, I think it was Mississippi or Kentucky or wherever it was, where that lady went to prison. She was she was a court clerk and refused to give out the marriage certificate to a same-sex couple or numerous. The fact of the matter is this, okay? Even though in the Bible it does say that marriage is defined as between a man and a woman, okay? Yes, I applaud her for standing up for her beliefs. However, it also says to follow the rules, the laws of the land. Unfortunately, our country has allowed same-sex couples to get married. Okay, is that our place to say yes or no? No, it's not, unfortunately. Okay, but we can share our faith and say this is why it's wrong, or this is why it should not be happening, but we can't necessarily judge somebody and get them, go in the way of, get in the way of somebody else's happiness, okay? You want to be happy like that, go right ahead, okay? It's not my it's not my place to say yes or no. Only God can judge. That's the whole point of it, is that only God is love. Or only God can judge, and God is love. Christ's basic message to us is to love one another as you love ourselves, and love your neighbor. Love each other. That's the most important commandment, and that's what it is. So, the fact that, people are out there committing crimes or doing stuff that are maybe immoral or unethical, but not necessarily illegal, you still have to love them, okay? It's not up to us as humans to judge, which is why I'm not a big component of the death penalty, which is why I'm not, I don't feel right with abortion, because it's, no matter what happens, be it rape, incest, or anything else, especially stupidity, okay, practicing unsafe sex, it's not the kid's fault. It's not the baby's fault. Unless there is a specific threat to the baby or the mother's life, okay, I don't feel the need for abortion. Even in that case, who are we to judge who lives and who dies? End of discussion. Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about. Obviously, after a 2-week absence, a vacation, so to speak, we do have a lot to talk about. NFL news, New England Football League news, the 2015 NFL champions are the Boston Bandits. Yes, that's right. The Panthers went into Danbury to face the militia, the Kevin Oberg-less Western Connecticut militia, and got beat. It was from what I heard, it was a heartbreaking loss. Unfortunately, the Panthers lost. Militia won. But then the militia got beat by the Boston Bandits. The Boston Bandits were Cinderella's sleeper team They had a final record, I believe, of like 7-3, and they ended up going into Southern Maine and beat the Raging Bulls, which was an upset, and then beat the Western Connecticut Militia, which is an upset. The Panthers are still working on trying to get in the Harvest Bowl down in Florida. As soon as I find out about the Harvest Bowl, I will let you all know exactly what that entails and what that means for the Connecticut Panthers. So huge congratulations goes to the Boston Bandits for their victory last weekend over the Western Connecticut Militia. All right, now NFL Week 7 news. The New England Patriots are still undefeated. They are now 6-0. The Carolina Panthers are now 6-0 as well. They won last night. From what I heard, it was a great game. As a matter of fact, the Patriots played the Jets, and at one point the Jets were up on the Patriots. Unfortunately, the Patriots proved that they are unbeatable at this point of the year, at least, and they came back to win. Let's see. Like I said, the Carolina Panthers are also 6-0 with a win last night. We had a lot of big games yesterday, and I will get over some scores right now. I'm going to get into my NFL mobile app, and by the way, folks, pay quick attention because Sportswire may be having its own app coming out soon, possibly. We'll see. All right, so Week 7, tonight's game being Monday, it's Baltimore at Arizona. I've got 3 guys on Arizona going, and I'm down by 70 points. So I don't know if I'll come back to win, but we'll see. The Seahawks defeated the 49ers 20-3. The Jaguars defeated the Bills in London 34-31 in what could only be called a close game. The Rams crushed the Browns 24-6. The Dolphins defeated the Texans 44-26. At one point they were up, I think it was like 38-0 in the first half. Either way, it's 44-26. High scoring game. Patriots 30, Jets 23. Kansas City Chiefs 23, Steelers 13. Hopefully Roethlisberger is back next week. That would be a good thing for them. The Redskins 31-30 over the Buccaneers in a very tight game. Vikings 28, Lions 19. Saints 27, Colts 21. Falcons 10, Titans 7. 37-29 Raiders over the Chargers. Cowboys 20. Giants pull out the win, get 27, so 27-20 Giants. And then the Carolina Panthers 27-16 over the Eagles. The cat got the bird. Teams on bye are the Bengals, the Bears, the Broncos, and the Green Bay Packers. So the Lions finally squeak out. No, they almost squeaked out their first win, but they didn't. So going into the standings in the AFC East, the Patriots are 6-0, the Jets are 4-2, the Dolphins are 3-3, and the Buffalo Bills, yet to have their off week, are 3-4. In the AFC North, the Bengals are 6-0. The Steelers are 4-3, also yet to have their off week. The Browns are 2-5, also yet to have their off week, and the Baltimore Ravens are 1-5. In the AFC South, the Indianapolis Colts in first place are 3-4. That's pretty bad when you're under 500 in the first place. The Colts are 3-4. The Texans are 2-5. The Jaguars are 2-5, and the Tennessee Titans are 1-5. So the Colts, the Texans, and the Jaguars all have to have their off week. In the AFC West, the Denver Broncos are 6-0. The Raiders are 3-3. Kansas City Chiefs are 2-5, and the San Diego Chargers are 2-5. So I had the Chiefs and the Chargers both have to have their bye weeks. In the NFC East, the Giants go into first place, 4-3. The Redskins and the Eagles are tied at 3-4. All three of those teams needing their off week still, and the Dallas Cowboys are 2-4. In the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers are 6-2. The Vikings are 6-0. The Vikings are 4-2. The Bears are 2-4, and the Lions are 1-6, so they do have a win, and they still need their off week. Maybe they can regroup a little bit. In the NFC South, the Panthers are 6-0. The Falcons are 6-1. The Saints are 3-4. Both the Falcons and the Saints need their off week, and the Buccaneers are 2-4. In the NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals are 4-2. The St. Louis Rams are 3-3. The Seahawks are 3-4. And the 49ers are 2-5. Both the Seahawks and the 49ers need their off week. So that's your NFL news for this week. The game summary and the standings. I will say that I'm looking forward to like I said, tonight is going to be Arizona playing, and like I said, they need to score quite a few points, and I have 3 guys from Arizona going tonight. And once my ESPN Fantasy app loads, I will let you know the SWE powerhouse, who's playing. Right now I'm losing 130.3 to 65.1. He's got 1 guy going, I've got 3. Right now I'm sitting at 2-4. And, like I said, I've got 3 guys going tonight, and he's got 1. I've got Carson Palmer, I've got Johnson, and Brown, all from Arizona. And he's got their kicker, Catanzaro, going. So he's only got a kicker going. My kicker got 9 points, which is pretty good. The Rams' defense got me 21. But very disappointing. Devontae Freeman from Atlanta only got me 13 points. Like I said, very disappointing. He's been averaging about 20 or so. So that hurt. So hopefully Carson Palmer could pick it up for me. So let's see how that goes for tonight. Arian Foster got hurt. He'll be out for the remainder of the season with an ACL sprain, I believe what it is. Which I didn't pick up Arian Foster this year. I guess now it's a good thing. But that's what that is. And let's go to our next song. Here it is. It is our good friend AJ Jansen with Country Song Survivor right here on the Sportswire.
It's Friday night. Charlie greets me at the door. I'm feeling fine. He knows what I'm looking for. With a wink and a smile, he catches my attention. God bless the man and his patience. No, I ain't from Tennessee, but country music's in my blood. I got it from my grandpa. He used to sing the songs he loved. I don't abide by the rules of a typical cowgirl, but I'm a northern Yankee country song survivor. The scars of the honky-tonk bars in my blood. And when the music's so loud, they don't give a damn where I'm from. Don't tell me that I don't belong in this ballroom, just 'cause I'm a northern Yankee country song survivor. tip in a jar and an old guitar that's tired, y'all. Here's a northern Yankee country song, Survivor. I have the scars of the honky-tonk bars in my blood, and when the music's up loud, they don't give a damn where I'm from. Don't tell me I don't belong in this barroom, just 'cause I'm a northern Yankee country song survivor. Whoa, I have the scars of the honky-tonk bars in my blood, and when the music's up loud, they don't give a damn where I'm from. Oh, don't tell me that I don't belong in this barroom, just 'cause I'm a northern Yankee country song survivor. It's Saturday night. Charlie greets me at the door. He says he's doing alright as he points me to stage door.
And that was AJ Jansen with Country Song Survivor right here on the Sportswire. AJ Jansen, country music's Rebel Rose. If you follow her on Facebook, check her out. Fantastic. I can't say enough. Just a fantastic talented artist from Connecticut. So that's AJ Jansen again with Country Song Survivor. Okay, so we've got some WWE news for you. A lot of WWE news, actually. Last night was Hell in a Cell. It turned out to be quite, you know what, WWE pay-per-views or special events, network special events, whatever you want to call them, are getting better. I don't know what it is. I think they've heard the fans that, you know, quite honestly, with the way the WWE network is, for the past, I want to say for the past year or so, for the past year, the WWE pay-per-view events, or network special events, I should say, as Mark Madden put it, are basically Sunday Night Raws. Because they do. They have a little bit more talking, you know, less wrestling. Because I remember back in the day, when you had the pay-per-view events, there was no talking. It was literally, you get right to the... You might have a couple of in-between interviews and stuff, but there's no 20-minute opening talk, you know, for pay-per-views. It was just, you know, you get right down to business. But, you know, over the past year, they've had, whether it be the Authority or whoever, come out first and talk for like 20 minutes. And that takes up 20 minutes of your pay-per-view time. So if I'm at home paying for the pay-per-view, I'm a little pissed off. I mean, I have the WWE Network. I pay the $9.99 a month plus tax, which comes out to be $10.09 and I think it's like $10.09. It's only like 10 cents tax for some reason. But I do pay for the WWE Network. So regardless of the fact, I don't, you know, I happen to like the fact of how the pay-per-views are going right now. Because the pay-per-views are actually getting a lot better. As a matter of fact, Hell in a Cell last night was probably the best. Well, Night of Champions was great, and Hell in a Cell probably last night was just absolutely awesome. I would have to give it an A+ rating. I was only one match off on my predictions, and I'll let you know. I knew that John Cena was going to lose the U.S. title to whoever it was that came out to do the U.S. Open Challenge, because Cena's taking some time off, so they want to have somebody else obviously have the title. Okay? I was very shocked and surprised about who returned to the WWE to challenge John Cena. Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio made his triumphant return to the WWE last night, and he was with a manager who we never thought possible, Zeb Coulter, who had a tremendous feud with Del Rio back in the past with Jack Swagger because of the whole Mexican thing. So I don't know if that was a dig at Donald Trump or something. I don't know, but they have Zeb Coulter managing Alberto Del Rio last night. I was actually expecting Jack Swagger to come out and actually have a push for once to get the U.S. title, but I guess that's not in the cards. So Alberto Del Rio returns last night and defeats Cena in a very anticlimactic match. He literally gave him, I don't even want to say it was super kick because Cena was on his knees. He wasn't even on his feet. But, a small version of Sweet Chin Music. A sidekick to Cena's face, and that was it. Basically, that was a pinfall. Like I said, very anticlimactic. There weren't really very many false finishes in that match. So it's almost like they wanted to kind of get the belt off Cena, and that was about it. But, the match itself, for an opening match, the shock factor of Alberto Del Rio coming back was good. I will admit, it was good. So that was that. In the pre-show, Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville defeated Sheamus, Rusev, and King Barrett. That was a rematch from Raw. It was on the pre-show. Really not much to say about that, but, it was good. So, Sheamus and, Ziggler's team ended up victorious. Then you had Roman Reigns against Bray Wyatt in the first Hell in a Cell match of the night. And that match ended up probably being one of the most hardcore matches in this PG era. They used tables, chairs, Singapore canes or kendo sticks, everything but the kitchen sink they used. And it was hardcore. They went hardcore last night. And Roman Reigns finally got the victory over Bray Wyatt. And it was a fantastic match. A lot of high spots, a lot of false finishes. A lot of parts where you thought Bray Wyatt was going to win. But either way, it was a hell of a match. So big props to Roman Reigns for getting that done. Then we had the Dudley Boys taking on the New Day and the Xavier Woods-less New Day, and the New Day still managed to get the win on the Dudley Boys. Even without Xavier Woods there. So maybe the Dudleys are just there to enhance the New Day, which is fine because the New Day has gotten so much greater since fighting with the Dudley Boys. Now maybe they could, put the Dudleys somewhere else and have the New Day, get into a feud with maybe the Ascension. Or, use the Ascension in the tag team division picture. Where are the Lucha Dragons? Where are the primetime players? They need some more tag teams. End of discussion. Bring up Blake and Murphy from NXT. Even though Alexa Bliss is going for the Divas Championship now. But, whatever the case may be. Let's see. We also had the Divas Championship, which I still hate the word Divas. The WWE Women's Championship. I'm going to keep calling it the Women's Championship from now on. So the WWE Women's Championship match, Nikki Bella and Charlotte. Nobody allowed down at ringside, simply because no outside interference, no twin magic. And Charlotte showed how resilient she is and won the match. And then Paige and Becky Lynch came down to celebrate with her. Paige has still got that bipolar character going on where she loves them one minute. That's a typical female relationship, though. That's a typical female friendship. You love each other one minute, you hate each other the next. For some stupid reason. Jealousy, usually. But that's just how it is. After that, we had I think we went to the Kane match, Kane and Seth Rollins, and the stipulation was that if Kane lost the match, corporate Kane would no longer have have his job as director of operations. So Seth Rollins pulled out the victory and won. No cheating. It was actually a clean victory over Kane. I really could not believe that. But, yeah. The match between Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton against the Wyatt family got nixed because Randy Orton has been hurt yet again. I guess he had a nagging injury, but he ended up having to have surgery or take some time off. So Orton is out for a little while now. So that match was nixed. Then you had Kevin Owens and Ryback for the Intercontinental Championship. Kevin Owens won. He pulled out the victory over Ryback. There's nothing you can say. Kevin Owens is a top-notch superstar, and I'm glad he's got the IC title. I'm really starting to like Kevin Owens. I think he's just fantastic. There were a lot of stars in attendance last night. There was actually Joe Manganiello Manganiello, or whatever his name is. He was Brad from How I Met Your Mother. He was also on True Blood as one of the werewolves. Him and his fiancée Sofia Vergara from Modern Family fame were both there last night. And Bill Simmons, former ESPN commentator, was there last night. Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top was there. So there's quite a few celebrities there. It was at the Staples Center in LA, so that's kind of why. But either way, it was a good event. But then we finally got on to the main event. The match that everybody was waiting for. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Hell in a Cell. The final chapter of their rivalry. And it was a match that, quite honestly, I have no bones about it, but it was probably the best match of the night, which I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. I mean, The Undertaker being 50 years old, Brock Lesnar being a big guy, but I didn't expect him to take half of the bumps that would make it a good match. But it was fantastic. Brock Lesnar pulled out the victory at the end. Of course, he used the low blow and then the F5 payback, but that's what it is. And Brock Lesnar went on to win. But the match itself, again, they used chairs. They used, I think the chairs was the only weapon they used. But Brock Lesnar with the chair is like nothing. It's like, anybody with a sledgehammer. But, and then the Undertaker had the chair. They actually ended up peeling back the ring, the canvas, and the foam padding, and using the 2x8s that are on the bottom, that make up the actual ring. And the Undertaker chokeslammed Brock on there, and tombstoned him on there as well, but still ended up losing to Brock. But then afterwards, they blatantly set up for the Survivor Series. They had been running commercials all night for the Survivor Series that they're celebrating 25 years of the Undertaker. This is the Undertaker's busiest year in probably 5 or 6 years that he wrestled at WrestleMania, wrestled at SummerSlam, wrestled at Hell in a Cell, and he'll be at Survivor Series. So this must be towards the end of his run. This must be his last run where he'll retire at WrestleMania in Dallas. But they had the Wyatt family, all 4 of them, come out and surround the ring and basically abduct the Undertaker. It was similar to when Stone Cold got put on the cross in New Haven, and then it was just, they carried him to the back. They basically abducted him, and that that was what it was. It was a fantastic match either way. And, amazingly, that set up perfectly for Survivor Series. So I don't know if it's going to be Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt again, which I thought that feud was over with at WrestleMania, but whatever. He wants to work with him again, whatever. So, or will it be the Undertaker captaining a team against the Wyatt family? Or will it be another team against the Wyatt family, basically, to release the Undertaker? So we shall see. We shall see what it comes down to be. Raw tonight is going to be fantastic. We'll see. We'll see what it boils down to, and it is what it is. So we will. We'll go from there. Survivor Series is next month. It's the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And maybe Sportswire put on a Survivor Series party. So if you're in the Connecticut area, keep watch on Facebook, and we'll let you know. Okay, so we're going to get to our next song. It is Katie Perkins with We Can Make It, right here on the Sportswire.
Sunrise in my heart, it takes away the blue again, dries me up from all the rain. You know I'd walk 1,000 miles. There's something in that boy's smile that makes me love him so. It's so hard to let him go, so I hold on to what we got. We give it all, but they want more. They just don't believe in forever. I'm ready to leave it. I'm ready to prove them wrong. We can fight this hand in hand all on our own. They say we can make it. They tell us it's all wrong. We're gonna break down all those rules and make some of our own. We're both working 9 to 5 to save enough to leave this life, so we can be young and free, somewhere that they can't see, creating all that we had dreamed, enjoying what's in between, every second, every day is love, proving that we'll rise above. Hold on to what we got. We give it all, but they want more. They just don't believe in forever. I'm ready to leave it. I'm ready to prove them wrong. We can fight this hand in hand on our own. They say we won't make it. They tell us it's all wrong. We're gonna break down all those rules and make some of our own. Everybody should see love is only what you make it out to be. He's the air that I breathe. One day I know you'll believe. We're ready to make it. We're ready to prove them wrong. We can fight this hand in hand all on our own. They say we won't make it. They tell us it's all wrong. We're gonna break down all those rules and make some of our own. I know we can make it.
All right, and that was Katie Perkins right here on the Sportswire with "We Can Make It." The fact it was a really I actually wasn't supposed to come back. I was supposed to play this first.
This is Baby Doll from WSLA 1560 AM's The Sports Guru Show, and you're listening to Sportswire. It's the hottest sports show in entertainment.
Yeah, that's right. I was supposed to play that first, so I apologize for coming back too early. But, whatever the case may be, it was a great plug there by Baby Doll from the Sports Guru Show. Check her out on Facebook. And if you're in the Louisiana, New Orleans area, the Houdat Nation of, the New Orleans Saints, check her out on WSLA. She's also on Spreaker as well. Just look it up on Facebook, Sports Guru Show. So, all right. I was just looking at, actually, I have the Facebook feed coming through, and the Bleacher Report actually just ended up putting a article up saying that WWE blurred the lines of the safety protocol in the brutal Undertaker vs. Brock Lesnar match. They did. They went to hell and back. It was amazing, the match that they did. They were both busted wide open. And Brock started bleeding literally about less than 5 minutes into the match. And it looked like the same exact thing that happened during the WrestleMania match when they thought that he bladed because he was hit into the ring post. I don't know whether he bleeded this tonight or not, but it looked almost as if he could have. But either that or he's like Ric Flair and has very thin skin on the top of his head, and he just got cut open. I'm going to read this. This is from the BleacherReport.com. The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar went to hell and back. In a contest that played out like a Texas death match, the limited use of the cell did not take away from the brutality of a bloody physical and at times overly aggressive showdown that ended with Lesnar defeating the Dead Man. The match had everything and was fitting of its last time ever billing during the build-up. But in putting over the violence and intimidation of Hell in a Cell, WWE shrugged off its otherwise consistent safety protocol in favor of telling a story between two living legends that connected with the reality era. Both Undertaker and Lesnar bled during the match, which can hardly be considered an accident or a coincidence given the circumstances. What ensued was much more disturbing, as a doctor who stopped the match due to profuse bleeding was tossed aside by Lesnar in the climactic sequences, which is true. Brock Lesnar did toss the doctor over the ropes into the cell almost. The spot almost certainly seemed planned, and if it was, then that begs a question about WWE's dedication to its use of ringside doctors. If the stunt wasn't planned, then it's even more concerning. Stiff punches by Lesnar and a chokeslam on the wood beneath the mat added to a hardcore bloodbath that would do the original Sheik proud. The original Sheik being Ed Farhat, Sabu's uncle. This was much more dangerous than a typical Hell in a Cell. In fact, being confined inside a steel cage was the only thing that made this match safer. WWE's final chapter of Lesnar vs. Undertaker will stand the test of time. Its legacy as one of the more memorable matches of the modern era will persist. As 2015 draws to a close, this will remain fresh in the minds of fans and will be considered a WWE Match of the Year candidate. Still, the promotion did not need to sacrifice wrestler safety in order to reach the point. This is not comparable to past angles that have involved fake EMTs and security guards. Doctors stopping matches to aid bloodied wrestlers is a new mandate designed to protect the combatants. The mandate had yet to be compromised prior to tonight. The use of ringside doctors puts the wrestler first. It represents a more mature product that is more attractive to sponsors and investors. But all it takes is one angle that uses WWE safety protocol as part of the act for legitimate questions to be raised as to whether or not these measures are authentic. Lesnar and Undertaker were both triumphant in delivering one of the final gems of Undertaker's legendary career. Both are old pros who can put on a main event caliber match in their sleep. But did they really need to reduce safety to an illusion? That was written by Alfred Kanowa. He is a featured communist and on-air host for Bleacher Report. Follow him on Twitter at ThisIsNasty and subscribe to his weekly wrestling podcast. Okay, so I have to say, I have to disagree first and foremost. WWE is entertainment. regardless of what anybody says. It's entertainment. So if they did work it into the script that the ringside doctor, who did stop the match briefly to wipe the blood out of Brock Lesnar's eyes and head and face earlier in the match, gets tossed around, so be it. I have no problem with it because that's the way it is. Whether or not that shines a bad light on the WWE because of their new safety protocol and investors and all that, you know what? That's secondary in my opinion. Okay, fans want to see something that's going to be that obviously looks authentic. Brock Lesnar's a beast. He's an animal. He's pissed off. He's angry. He wanted to get in there. So if he didn't want to stop them, he didn't want to, get his face wiped off, whatever. That's the way you work it. Okay, that's the way you work it, and you don't have to worry about any other possibility. Okay, Brock Lesnar is a beast, and quite honestly, that I have no problem whatsoever with that. Okay, I know I don't, and you know what, I may be wrong for it, but I don't necessarily agree with that article. But the part I do agree with that it was a match for the ages. I had a buddy of mine over last night to watch Hell in a Cell, and quite honestly, I will say that I told him earlier, I said, you know what, I can't see anybody going off the top of the cell, through the cell, or whatever, because I knew they weren't going to do anything with the Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt match because that was the first Hell in a Cell match. So they still needed the cell for later on in the night. So they weren't going to break any of the panels from up top and all that kind of stuff. They still needed the cell for later in the night. And Brock Lesnar was not going to do those kind of bumps where he's falling through the cage or from the top of the cage. He just won't do that. He's not as passionate as Mick Foley. And Mick Foley's, well, I should rephrase that. He's not as passionate / stupid as Mick Foley. So that's basically what it comes down to be. Mick Foley's the only person I know of that would go through the cage like that, strictly for the entertainment of the fans. Brock Lesnar is in the WWE for money, and that's all there is to it. So, as we go on, and I will say that this should be the last run for the Undertaker. Whether they do Undertaker Bray Wyatt again at WrestleMania, or they do Undertaker Sting, if Sting decides to wrestle one more time. I just think it was a bad move putting Sting with Seth Rollins at Night of Champions. Seth can be kind of innovative with his moves, but at the same time, I was very surprised that Charlotte or Nikki Bella used a similar move to Charlotte that Sting did to Seth Rollins, or Seth Rollins did to Sting after what happened to Sting at Night of Champions. Nikki Bella actually powerbombed Charlotte into the ring apron, let alone the turnbuckle. And that, looked very painful in my opinion. But going back to Brock and The Undertaker, that match had every making of a big fight feel. What do I, you've heard that on the WWE programming before, a big fight feel. The fact of the matter is, it did. It felt like you were going to be watching a big boxing fight, a big UFC fight. All right, inside of the cage, and they used a little bit of the cage here and there. It wasn't focused on the cage as the cage has been used in the past. But either way, the match itself was absolutely the best match I've seen. And I got to give props to Brock Lesnar. All right, I never thought Brock would want to get that beat up. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a professional. He's been through hell and back in matches, but the matches with The Undertaker put him to the test and put him to the limit. Big props to Brock Lesnar about that. All right, we're going to get to our next song. It's Justin Calio, Love You Tonight, right here on the Sportswire.
Straight line.
I wanna lay ya, baby, so can I lay you tonight? baby, I can love you for life. Let's go. Let's go. You say you wanna roll with me, then let's go. Go, go, go. But baby, don't fall for me, cause I'll go. Stop with the melodrama. I mean, excuse me, mama. You want the finer things, then don't you ain't Cabana. The Louis out of Prada. I think I buy you nada. See me, I beat it up, press release and pop my collar. She hoping I'm a caller. I hope it's not a problem. Don't need no issues with you catching feelings, causing drama. I handle my business with precision and marijuana. No time for superficials. You know more baby mamas. I'm just saying, baby, I like it just the way it is. I'm talking cut friends. I seek one to cut away. See, we could touch a bit and afterwards I gotta split. I'm just telling it like it is. It's as real as it gets, yeah. I wanna love you, baby, so can I love you tonight? I'm like no other, baby, let's have a hell of a night. Alright, alright, alright. Place on above you, but baby, I'm not a settling tight. So sorry, baby, I can love you for life. Let's go. Let's go. Say you wanna roll with me, then let's go. Go, go, go. But baby, don't fall for me, cause I'll go. Go, go. Excuse me, miss, I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm sorry for misking something, for making something from nothing. It wasn't, or really was it? Was blinded by the assumptions, was trying to be triumphant, was ready for the becoming. I know, it's not improbable. Any obstacles optional, making possible possible. We the people unstoppable. Is it logical that we can last until the end of time? I'm focused on my grind, never mind, I must decline. I wanna love you, baby, so can I love you tonight? I'm like no other, baby, let's have a hell of a night. Alright, alright, alright. Place on above you, but baby, I'm not a settling tight. So sorry, baby, I can love you for life. Let's go. Let's go. Say you wanna roll with me, then let's go. Go, go, go. But baby, don't fall for me, cause I'll go. Go, go, go. I wanna love you, baby, so can I love you tonight? I'm like no other, baby, let's have a hell of a night. Alright, alright, alright. Place on above you, but baby, I'm not a settling tight. So sorry, baby, I can love you for life. Let's go.
Alright, and that was Justin Calio with Love You Tonight right here on the Sportswire. Up and coming artist, definitely a great talent. You know, one thing I did. Alright, I guess I gotta say this about hip-hop artists. Now, don't get me wrong, we do a lot with hip-hop here on Fat Cat Radio. Twism White Peas has an entire show dedicated to underground hip-hop and R&B. But you know, a lot of hip-hop songs sound like other songs. I think it's the beats. You know, it's like, how could you call yourself a musician if you can't actually write your own music? And, you know, that's one of the biggest things I have against hip hop, and it's not that I'm necessarily downing these indie rappers or anything. I'm not saying anything bad about it because I think they're talented when they write their lyrics. But when you have to use other people's beats, so to speak. Now, I never got into music because, quite honestly, I know I can't write music because I never got into that. I was never into that. I talk. I'm like Paul Heyman. I can talk. That reminds me of something. Before I get back to what I was going to say, I guess the WWE had to edit out something from the Brock Lesnar podcast on the Steve Austin show. I guess on a live version, Brock had made a reference to Paul Heyman. I guess the question was, you don't. Austin had asked Brock, you don't talk very much when you're on the show. It's always Paul Heyman. And Brock came back with a comment that I love. He said, we got to feed the Jew, meaning Paul Heyman. Give him money, put food on the table. I guess the WWE really didn't like that, so they edited it out of the future screenings. I just thought that was funny. You got to feed the Jew. Anyways, let me just get back to what I was saying. You know, like when I play Jenna Murata or when I play AJ Jansen or even Second Skin, you know, that music is real. You know, it's like with a guitar and drums and, you know, and actual instruments. When you play hip-hop, it's synthesized. It's computer-based beats. And how many beats could you really have, you know, before you say, you know, sounds like another song? You know, that's why there's so many, you know, hip-hop songs that have samples. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that the lyrics are completely different, and maybe how they arrange it is different, but a lot of these producers, you know, why don't you work on getting some real instruments, real music? And like I said, this is nothing against the hip-hop industry. All I'm just saying is, you know, work to make it a little more original. You know, hip-hop artists are turning out music left and right that are, you know, the lyrics are there, but the music sounds the same as this song, this song, this song, and this song. So when people go to Shazam it, like I just did, okay, because I want to try to start promoting the artists that I play. So, you know, like I Shazammed the Awesome God song, and I posted it. Well, you know, if I Shazam, I should try Shazamming the last song, Love You Tonight, by Justin Calio. Okay? It's called Love You Tonight, produced by Streetrunner/ILO. Okay? Sung by Justin Calio. It came up with some Asian type of song. You know, it was all written in Chinese or whatever. I can't share that because that's not the song that I played. And, you know, and that, unfortunately, that doesn't help the artist. So it's like, make it a little more original. Instead of turning out 10 songs in a month because, you know, you're just so awesome at it, take it back a notch. Work on some original music for your lyrics. You know, because, honestly, I can't talk for the hip-hop community because I'm not part of that hip-hop community. Me, I listen to country or sports radio. That's what I listen to. I don't listen to hip-hop on the norm, unless it's Christian hip-hop, but that's a different story. But I listen to rock, I listen to country, you know, so that's that. You know, and those, you know, they may have samples of other songs, like Kid Rock. You know, he sampled Sad But True with American Badass. Or sampled Sweet Home Alabama with All Summer Long. You know, it's fine to do that, but you still have a band behind you. You know, you still have somebody playing the guitar who learned that you know, chord or whatever. So, be a little bit more original, please. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's my advice to the hip-hop industry. Be a little bit more original. Nobody wants to... If you have a song that's made popular by... I'm going to date myself here, but by Run DMC. Okay, you have a song that's made popular by Run DMC. Why are you going to take the same exact music, put your lyrics on it, and call it original? Because it's not. It's not original. And now, I don't think you can necessarily copyright beats. I don't know if you can or not. But the fact of the matter is, make something yours. You know, own it. Own your music. You know, if you have great lyrics, work to get original beats for those lyrics. So when you Shazam it, it comes up as your song. So that's my rant. Okay. We are at the Fall Classic. Tomorrow, being the 27th of October, two big things happen. First off, WWE 2K16 gets released. And I am happy to report I did pre-order it. I will be receiving it tomorrow from GameStop. I actually traded in 5 games and got the game for half price. It gave me $31 off. Actually, I got more than half off. It was $60 for the game. I got $33 in credits. I had to pay $31 with tax. So, yes, I will get the game tomorrow and let you guys know on my Thursday episode how the game is. But the other thing, we are at the Fall Classic, the World Series. Okay? It's still baseball season to me. I follow baseball more than football. Of course, I broadcast for the Panthers. I like semi-pro football better than the NFL anyways. But we are here at the Fall Classic, okay? It's going to be the New York Mets and the Kansas City Royals. And, you know, the Mets swept the Cubs in the NLCS. And quite honestly, I think the Cubs just kind of lost. They just fizzled out. They had such a great run towards the end. They beat the Pirates in the wild card game. They beat the Cardinals in the divisional series. I think they just fizzled out, and they got swept by the Mets. But the Mets going into Kansas City, as a Yankees fan, I must root for the Mets. So, yes, I am fully supporting the Mets to win the World Series come next week. I don't think they'll sweep, because Kansas City has a phenomenal team. They beat Toronto. I think it was 4 games. Did they go to Game 7? I don't think so. I think it went to 6 games. So they beat them in 6. But either way, I think it's going to be a great series. I look for the Mets to win. Their pitching staff is phenomenal. And Daniel Murphy being on a roll. He's hit 7 home runs in this postseason. Okay? And I think that's more than in this one postseason. Okay? And I think I heard a stat that's more than Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle, and Babe Ruth all combined in their 27 postseasons. So that's just amazing stat for Daniel Murphy. And, you know, he's the NLCS MVP. So, good work for Daniel Murphy. And then the pitching staff is out of this world. Matt Harvey, Jacob deGrom, you know, so they have their core pitching staff there. So, you know, I definitely wish the Mets good luck. All right, we're going to get to our final song of the day. It is Jenna Morata with Gypsy right here on the Sportswire.
Putting it mildly, I'm sick of that shit. Just like my family. When they're stuck in the same old box, they're not like you. Oh baby, you're so perfect. Time is strong, it'll knock you to your knees. Who knows if life will lead us here again. 'Cause I'm like a gypsy, born to fly away. I will
All right, and that was Jenna Murata with Gypsy, which is the title track to her 2014 album, which is available on iTunes, and she's on Facebook as well. It's Gypsy by Jenna Murata. Definitely check her out. All right, folks, we are ready for our final, or our second to last segment of the day. And you know what that means? That means it is our dumb laws of the day. Today we are going to the island state of Hawaii. Okay. Dumb laws in Hawaii. These are all courtesy of dumblaws.com. In Hawaii, you will be fined for riding in the back of a passenger car without a seatbelt. However, you can ride in the bed of a pickup truck with no safety equipment. Go figure. You may only have one alcoholic drink in front of you at a time. Well, that's normal. I don't know many people that would have more than one in front of them at a time. Billboards are outlawed, which, you know, honestly, after watching Hawaii 5-0, I think that's true. I haven't ever seen a billboard on that show. All residents may be fined as a result of not owning a boat. Huh. Wow. I don't know if anybody actually is fined, but you could be. Okay, and then finally, this is stupid, but coins are not allowed to be placed in one's ears. So, folks, that's your dumb laws of the day. And why did I say second to last segment? Because, quite honestly, as I said in the beginning, we're going to start something new here. All thanks goes to God. And I don't care if you're a Muslim or a Jew or atheist or agnostic or whatever you are. The fact of the matter is this. Okay, I am a Christian, and I fully promote Christianity. Okay, the fact of the matter is this. I'm going to pray and give thanks to God live on my show, because quite honestly, we need more of that in society today. We do. Okay, the fact that Duck Dynasty, the people on Duck Dynasty end every episode with a prayer is a good thing. Okay, we need more of that. We need to bring God back into our country. Okay, we have too many people who are content with living their lives according to the way they want to without giving thanks to God and without following God's, example, Christ's example. So, there we go. I want to give thanks to God. So, Father God, I want to thank you for a great show, a great episode. I pray that my audience is able to listen, Lord, and get the message and see and want to search you out, Father. Want to become a great. Let's get back to, Donald Trump says we want to make America great again. Part of that is bringing you back into our lives. Enough with this political correctness. The fact of the matter is this, Lord, without you, we are nothing. Everything is possible with you, Father. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to have an avenue to spread your word and to spread your message. Father, I thank you for everything you do. I thank you for the episode today, and I ask this all through your Son, Jesus Christ. Okay. I want to thank our sponsors, Jerry Wilson from It's So Real Productions, Wayne Jones from Blackline Entertainment Music Group, Stay Blessed Productions, got Sister Sue's Homemade Jams and Jellies, and M&J Video Games and First Base Sports Cars in both Southington and Wallingford, Connecticut. Check them out. Everybody's on Facebook. Always check our website. Well, it hasn't been updated in quite a while. swe-ct.com, myfactradio.com. I want to thank you to our musical talent. We had Nitro Praise with Awesome God. We had Justin Calio with Love You Tonight. Jenna Murata with Gypsy. We had AJ Jansen with Country Song Survivor. And last but certainly not least, Katie Perkins with We Can Make It. Folks, have a great week. We will see you on Thursday, 10 a.m. sharp, right here on Fat Guy Radio. This is Big Daddy Cool Vinny Apicella for the Sportswire.